Welcome back once again, everyone, to Slurpathon, raising money for Extra Life. Over the break, Angry Scootsman settled up his debts, and we are now just $37 shy of our $6,000 goal. We are going to be moving on over to Aaero, and I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to our runner.
I do, in fact, have the rest of my donation for Scoots to meet, but that doesn't mean the rest of y'all can't get your donations in. I'm Mr. Bumbleclaw, Nugs. With me is, like you might have seen from the last block, Angry Scootsman and Chris here with me to help give some banter while I just kind of play this game. It's hard for me to talk during it, but this is Aaero, very near and dear to my heart, and little flex on myself, just recently got the most first place world records on this game in high scores, so that felt pretty good. We're gonna do a little bit of performance checks like Scoots was doing. Like I said, there's scores in this, but it's gonna be leaderboard scores instead of performance-based scores. So we're looking at, I'm gonna shoot for getting top threes, which is actually going to be either 3 or 2. So that'll be $5 if I place there. If I place outside, 5th or 4th, top 5s, that'll be $10. Lower than that, 10s, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, that'll be 15. And if I get outside of the 10s even, or somehow fail a song, just really hoping that that part doesn't happen. I can get outside of 10s, I'll be pretty upset, but I'd like to not fail. That'll be a 20 drop. If we get a first place or a new PB, because they're probably going to be one and the same, that's going to be a 50 drop. And I'm just going to kind of get right into this. A little bit of a curated set list. Of course, you see it's got quite a set list in itself. I'm going to skip over Bass Cannon here. Not a particularly popular song from me. Might know it yourselves, but I like Pure Sunlight actually more as a warm-up and introduction to the game. So I'm going to actually send it over to Scoots here so I can get into it and have him explain a little bit of what's going on.
Sure thing. So Aaero is a game played with controller. It's pretty much controller exclusive because you need one joystick to move your ship, the other one to aim. You have 8 shots that you can use to dispatch the enemies that come after you. They explode on the beat, but you try to time your shots also to, the 2nd and 4th beat.
First and third.
To make sure that they explode on time.
First and third beats.
You'll also see ribbons. The ribbons in this game are spectacular. Very hard to hit accurately, but pretty easy to stay on enough to finish a level. Really a fun element of the game is trying to follow the ribbons while also taking care of the enemies, which is something you really only do in the later difficulties.
Quick correction, it's shooting on beats 1 and 3 actually, the down beats.
1 and 3, that's right. That was the thing that threw me off when I first played the game, was I kept shooting on 2 and 4 and wondering why it was going horribly for me. So the targeting can work up to 8 shots. It will automatically target projectiles first, although I don't know that we'll see that in this level, because I think Nugs here is going to kill them all before they ever appear.
There'll be some projectiles, no doubt.
There's some dodging. The green orbs of score. The scorbs, we'll call them. We all appreciate some orbs. And I'm trying to remember exactly how many points those are worth, but they are definitely a do not miss and usually have to dodge a wall in order to get them, because it wouldn't be enough of a challenge otherwise.
And this is just showing off, some of the other ways that they can have movement without having the ribbon that you follow, and doing a little bit with obstacles that you might see come into play a bit more heavy-handed later.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it definitely takes some coordination to play this game, and it's rare to see somebody as accurate on these ribbons as you'll see Nugs here. They really in the middle, because it is actually how accurate you are on the ribbon that determines your score.
There's no magnet either. There's nothing keeping you to it.
It may look like there is, but there isn't. Nugs just showing some incredible dexterity to stay on those ribbons and do it as cleanly as possible. You see some little things on the sides that Nugs is targeting sometimes. Those are secrets. They look like little targets. They are hidden all across the levels. Some are more hidden than others.
That's right. You actually saw me get a few mistime shots at the end there. So going off of what Scoots was explaining with the shots themselves, the enemies will explode on the beats. So if you shoot off timed, the enemies will still explode, getting hit by the shots when they're supposed to. So if you shoot off time, they'll be curved a lot slower. If you shoot them correctly, they'll be those direct straight lines because they are immediately hitting. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, just right after, I think, 8 there.
You need me to keep track?
I'm somewhat keeping track here. No worries. Appreciate it though. A little bit more of the obstacle dodging here. Quite more heavy-handed.
Yeah, you'll see the blue sections are actually telling you which ones are safe, with the red determining bad sections. So it's took me a while to figure this one out, but once I did, it was smooth sailing. Chris, if you've got anything to say, this would be a great time for it.
Yeah, so incentives and prizes. So we do have a special prize for this particular block. If you donate during this block, you have a chance to win a copy of the game. Further details in just a moment here.
And yes, that copy of the game will be any console or PC.
You choose platform when you are selected. Also, we had a donation from Kira Mallory saying, "Love Aaero, big shout outs to Nugs, good luck." Also wanted to remind folks that we do also have an incentive for Sound Voltex later on during Ari's block. $288 out of $300 for a Dancor showcase. And we are currently 3 tiers unlocked, working on the 4th tier for the cumulative difficulty increase for the BMS 9 key that we're going to be having later on with Dot. And we are $17 away from goal, folks.
Wow.
Keep that going.
Wow.
So close.
So you'll see, not as much with these enemies as one of the later ones, but you'll see that Nugs is actually targeting very specific parts of the enemies. The targeting in this game can be a little tricky. It doesn't always respond the way you would expect it to. So it's aiming for specific areas that have more things to target, and also he'll be aiming for places where missiles from the enemies will come from, so that they're targeted before they really have a chance to go anywhere. It's a very, very good thing to do. Oh, I see some sour pleas in chat. Love to see it.
I think that's actually going to be the last song on this set list. Something fun to note with this game is it's broken out into these set lists. You can see there's a couple little gaps between song groupings. This whole first section is desert themed. This one is city themed, and this one would be water themed. So keep an eye out for that as we go through. Additionally, each set list is end capped by a boss. This one is actually a worm boss. You're going to see the next one on this set list. It'll be the only boss that I'm going to show off for y'all, given that it's the only one that I'm any good at. Funny how that works out. This one might be another song that a lot more of y'all are familiar with. It's another one that I'm not actually as much of a fan of, but the track is so undeniable, so fun to play that it really just started giving me Stockholm Syndrome in terms of enjoying the song just because of playing the chart. So, of course, if you know Flux Pavilion, you know this song.
For sure, I think one of the few songs I knew coming into this game. Yeah, I don't think that there's too much to mention about the tech here, so still just enjoy the song and you did? Oh, Chris, if you have any announcements, please.
Go ahead.
Oh, do we? So we have a $20 donation that says "Let's go Nugs," and this has officially pushed us $3 over our goal.
Let's go.
So something stretch goals.
Stretch goals?
Yes, everyone loves a good stretch.
Just want to say thank you again to everyone who has contributed over this weekend. All the runners, all the crew. So glad to see that we made goal.
So incredibly hyped. It's been amazing. Yeah, so you'll see some interesting targeting here. Because you're limited to 8 shots, some enemies take 2 shots to kill. So you'll see some staggered targeting to make sure that all of the enemies are destroyed before they start moving towards your ship. Bumbo is playing on the highest difficulty in the game, and every hit is instant death if you get hit. So anything he can do to mitigate that possibility, he's going to. Seeing Bumbo is a beast from chat. One cannot deny. We are looking at a multiple world record holder here. It's great to see my man Nugs over here killing it.
That's a guaranteed top 3. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 though. No, just 3.
Still top 3 right there. Love to see it.
Coming on to one of my favorite songs on this game, on the base game for sure. Especially one of the more fun tracks, and also a return of dodging obstacles.
Ah, yes. Some kind of monster. Great charge. Yeah, so you'll notice the shots that he's firing are basically straight lines. If they are not, that means that the shot was mistimed. Hopefully we won't see any of that unless it's done on purpose. There may be one thing where we get to see that. But so far, Nugs has been killing it. Yeah, because of what was mentioned earlier with the ships exploding on the beat, not when the shot is fired on the beat, you won't see the curves unless it has to slow down to make it to the ship by the time it explodes. And now we're seeing some more of that blue is good and red is scary. Yes, agreed, Cosmos, agreed. It would be very dangerous to mistime a shot in this song. Do we have... Oh, I think... I'm getting close to the end of this. Can't actually do the song, so... If you have any announcements, feel free. Oh yes, I really liked how the shots were timed to the yells in this song.
A lot of the shot timings in this song are very satisfying.
Yeah, and you saw a little bit of trickery there, where there was blue and red on the same bar, but more of one than the other.
They like to mess with you. Alright, we're poking back up into the top 3s, so that feels nice. Getting warmed up here. And just in time for the girl Katie on a mission.
Oh yeah, real solid cat jam here.
Yeah, your cat jams out.
Alright, so I just want to take a quick moment here to note that we now have a $7,000 stretch goal.
Wow, let's go.
Let's go.
Easy.
With jams like these, I think we can get there. Right. The ribbon in this song is really quite challenging. It's very fun though. It's very angular and requires again a great understanding of the dexterity and how far your control stick moves with every movement to make sure you get into that position and right on the middle of those ribbons. And more of the orbs. Did I call them scorbs earlier?
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
Yeah, the visual aspect of this game really agrees with the way that it feels to play. It's one of the few rhythm games I can think of where you are entirely responsible for maintaining the rhythm. It has some visual aspects to it, but for the most part, you have to keep track of the rhythm yourself. Makes it a very, very fun game to play if you're, if you really like that rhythm. But it can also be pretty tricky, especially if the rhythms change. Very, very cool game though. Love to see it here. And see Nugs continually putting down top 3 scores.
Yikes, okay. Sorry, Katie.
Oh no! Oh no! You can blame the commentator curse on that.
I'm gonna blame targeting beyond anything, but that's alright. I have to blame myself for nothing else. We're failing for charity, and that's a $20 drop, so I'm not even mad.
You knew Katie wouldn't let that song play.
Katie wanted it to happen, and that's obviously a perfect example. We're on master mode at 1 life. Any kind of mess up like that where a bullet hits you, you run into the wall, what have you.
Oh
that's
yes,
it.
my
That's it for the
song.
run.
So yeah, we mentioned earlier, this is a pretty tricky game to run for a marathon because one-hit death can happen quite frequently. So this is the second boss of the game. It's very, very cool. You notice that Nugs is targeting one specific side of the spider. That's because there's actually more places to target. This is what I was talking about earlier. You also saw that a web has just attached itself to him. He doesn't care about the web because he doesn't care about moving. He already knows where the missiles are going to be, and he knows that he can target everything he needs to without having to move anywhere. So those missiles will never have a chance to hit him because he's just going to destroy them before they ever get there. This is, I think, my favorite level in the game as a whole. Just everything about it is so cool, especially that cat meow. So again, those cat jams, oh yeah. Love to see it. And you'll see he's targeting the boss while also targeting the enemies in that tunnel. You can actually target through objects in this game. Sometimes, but not always. Yeah, and the spider will keep moving even after you've killed it. Nothing like a little overkill for the score. You want to make sure you get all 8 shots on that spider to do the most damage possible to kill it faster so you can get more points faster. So it's like at the halfway point of it and the spider has already been dead, but it's going to keep on going so he can keep on farming it for points. How nice of it. What a good, friendly spider. We're getting close to the end here. Just a few more ribbons to ride, maybe a few more shots on the Spooter. if I'm remembering correctly.
Correct, and yeah, that one's obviously one of the more shooting-heavy boss songs. The others have a bit more rhythm to them, but for all the boss songs in general, as Scoots was saying, they're just damage sponges the whole way through. You can keep shooting them, which is why it really makes it important to get the correct shots for high scoring these ones, as it's the huge emphasis on these ones. You can always get the 8 times, you can always get the shots, so the score potential is way more higher than the other ones where you just have spot enemies here and there.
And this song has a very tough leaderboard.
Absolutely.
That is one of the hardest to get any sort of placement on.
Because of specifically the shooting. Precision and requirements for that. So we dropped off on Katie. I'll give you a treat for an extra one.
Edge of Tomorrow introduces, I think this is the first time we see the shield enemies, correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe so.
They are not fun if you don't time them correctly. But this is a cool song. I'm gonna turn it up.
So we're breaking into the water levels now, as it might seem obvious.
Ah yes, there's the shield enemy. So you'll see that it has 3 external little blue dots that you gotta hit first. If you don't hit them all at the same time, you'll have to wait for the next beat to target it, and the other 2 will come back before you can get more damage in on the shield enemies. They are quite tough if you mistime them. This one also has some really cool ribbons.
So Edge of Tomorrow, probably, in my opinion, the hardest base game song.
I can't tell you how many times I forgot to target one of those while trying to get on these ribbons. And yes, this semicircular motion is very difficult to start and stop and stay in control of. So you're seeing again the high skill and precision of Nugs here. Bendy ribbon, yes. Chris, if you have anything to add, feel free to do so now.
So at the moment we are just $12 short for the Sound Voltex incentive. We are also $300 into the BMS 9-key difficulty increase. Just as a quick reminder, any other donations during this block does enter you in an opportunity to win a copy of this game for a platform of your choice.
That's right. Actually, asterisk on that, not PlayStation. Sorry, PlayStation users. I don't have a PlayStation code.
Oh, thanks for catching that. We also have the Mega Man Perler incentive for the day. $75 or more throughout the entire event could net you some Advent Children figures. $25 or more for the Moogle plushie. $50 or more for the cat pillow plushie, cute, adorable face thing. And we just got a donation from Tater Salad, $15, Sound Voltex Knost Showcase.
Hope to hear it. Thank you very much. Oh yes, this one was so cool.
So this whole water block is definitely some of my favorite levels, thematically and just the charts.
Not overstate how difficult it is to stay on those ribbons. Nugs out here making it look easy.
Just a quick note and update with that last donation, the Sound Voltex incentive has been met.
Heck yeah, let's go.
So now the rest of the incentives can go towards making Dot suffer.
Beautiful. It's for a good cause. Just remember that. It's for the children. So yeah, you'll often see Nugs delaying a beat to shoot the enemies. There are many reasons for that. Sometimes it's just easier to catch the second beat rather than be late on the first one. Because with the way that this game works, if you have a late shot, it will take even longer to get to the enemy than one that goes early. So it's better to kind of defer to the side of early.
That's right. And a lot of the reason as well is, of course, it's all timing aspect of when you want to shoot, but a lot of it you can match up with ribbon placement. And so you'll see a lot of the time I actually just, on that song specifically, I'll shoot them at the start of the ribbons because it's a very concrete, definitive point for me to look at and say, okay, that's where you need to shoot. You don't have to necessarily keep the timing in your head. Get Crazy is one of my favorites, definitely up there on top threes of favorite songs. And the last level on the base game, as well as the water levels here, we'll be flipping into the DLC packs next.
Heck yeah. Really, really good songs in there. I mean, not that we haven't had a great slew of bangers here.
Just remember, y'all get crazy. Let's see it.
This game's great. Wonderful. the multiple ways it conveys a song, the melody and the rhythm, with the few aspects that it actually has, is very interesting. As you mentioned earlier, the ribbons for movement and also obstacle dodging. I always like how these enemies go. It looks like fireworks. Oh yeah, seeing those cat and rat jams out there. Good reminder to get crazy. Donate a little bit more. No. Love to see it.
So since that sound bowl tax incentive has been met, just a reminder to folks, we are $100 away from the next difficulty increase for the BMS 9 key block.
Big 100. It's right there, y'all. Get dot face sweating.
more than he already will be.
It's a clean score, 2484, 484.
Is that number 2 look like?
Just sliding into number 2 under myself. Would have been a first if I wasn't already there.
Beautiful.
So off of the base game now, going into 1,000 Days Wasted pack. This is the heavy drum and bass tracks. That is up your alley. Definitely stick around.
Oh yeah, the big hype
These
tracks.
are the absolute sour pleases, cat jams, rat jams, what have you. All I gotta say is, get your hands in the air, y'all.
It's time, yeah. Yes. You'll see Nugs had targeted a secret, but not actually shot it yet. Waiting until the score actually went to X8 or X5. If he had shot it earlier, it wouldn't have been worth nearly as much as just waiting and riding the ribbon. It's a technique he's used in other tracks, but I think this is one of the first times we've seen it, unless I missed it when we did Katie.
I forgot to do it for Katie.
No, that's right. I was trying to keep an eye out for it.
Let me see those hands in the air, y'all.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing lots of sour pleas, cats, and a few rats out there. And they're all jamming. So yes, we do have a stretch goal of $7,000. I think we can get there, everyone. I think we can get there.
Oh, I totally believe. Let's get the hype for the rhythm block, guys.
Seeing some cool jams out there. Everyone better have their hands in the air. I know I do.
Hands in the air.
Oh, I think you may have heard my back crack in the in the process.
All right.
Good clean run.
1,000 Days Wasted, absolute legend on the D&B. Highly recommend checking him out. He's one of the artists that I definitely got introduced from this game. One of the strong points, absolutely, of it. So many of these songs were foreign to me before I started playing Aaero, and it just awakened me to so many cat jams. As you might have noticed, no customs yet. Aaero 2 is actually in the works currently. Madfellow's team, which is a development team of 2 guys. So they're breaking their butts over there to get it out. And there's going to be a ton of crazy improvements, a ton of new features. You can already know I'm incredibly excited.
Oh yeah, I've seen the previews. It looks incredible. It goes far too hard as a song for any human's ears. Agreed. Thank you, Cosmos.
So this was one of the first songs that I got a cross-platform #1 on.
Is that on Xbox?
No, on this. And by that I mean, as you can see, I've got first places on this leaderboard. This is only PC scores. So all the other consoles will have their own leaderboards. And in the Madfellows Aaero Discord, we've got accumulation of all of them.
Oh, I see. The highest across all platforms. Got it.
Correct.
That's awesome, man.
All right, a little sippy break.
I love just how fast the targeting is in this level.
So yeah, that has to do with the BPM of the song, of course. Not a great showing for dissonance, but that's alright. Jam and a half anyways.
For sure. After all, it's all about enjoying the game, right?
I almost forgot that last secret. Wow.
You know how many times I forget it? Every time.
Every time he says. So there's another little quirky thing about this game. As I mentioned, development team of 2 guys, so it's bound to have little bugs and hidden features, as we like to call them, here and there. One of them being this song. Actually, when you get max enemies, it will always say 107 out of 109 destroyed. We have absolutely zero idea where those 2 last enemies are or what they are counting as.
I
But-
believe that there's 2 ships at the bottom there that you can't actually shoot.
That's
You
not
can target
confirmed.
them. That's not confirmed?
That's not confirmed.
I thought I found them. Dang.
But the point is, no shots were missed. No enemies were missed, rather. Monster Cat DLC is the last one we're going to dip into here. Last couple of songs here for the set list, y'all. Once again, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for letting me be a part of this marathon. These songs might be a little bit more familiar. Like I said, they're the Monster Cat DLC. So this is only Monster Cat licensed songs. And these 2 might be a little bit more familiar, featured in other rhythm games because of that. Or maybe you just like Monster Cat. I sure do.
Yes, I think my favorite song. It was a tough fight between this song and Katie. But Katie's refusal to exist in the game at times has led me to favor this one. Also, just the atmosphere and presentation of this level is so incredibly cool.
1000% agree. The 1000 Days Wasted DLCs kind of follow the theme of the base game of desert, city, water. Monster Cat just goes a entirely different direction and says, you know what? We're gonna do some new stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet and just let the song play. Loving those 4 rotations. So the thing to note, when you see Nugs going on the ribbons, you'll see sparks coming off of the ship. You can actually use those to tell you where on the ribbon you are. You get more sparks the closer you are to center. So if he's looking like a constant firework display, you know he's doing it right. That ship is just constantly having a party. Yeah, definitely my favorite level.
It's not a bad call for it. Definitely a good contender. Charlotte Haining. Doing some great things with the vocals there.
Yeah, beautiful. And the aesthetic of that kind of floating through space fits so well.
1000%. So once again, y'all, this will be my last one here. This will be my last one on the Aaero block. Just remember, you won't be alone as long as you're with us, as long as you're here, supporting the cause, and make sure those children do not feel alone either. Of course, this one might be the one to know if you know any of these songs, besides the Flux Pavilion ones, of course. This is featured in Beat Saber, among other games, as far as I know.
It was one of, I think, 2 songs that I knew before picking this game up.
You paint a picture in my mind. You wanna leave it all behind. In a world that's turning all the time.
Oh yeah, solid cat jam.
Nothing could stop me longing for your eyes.
I think one of the only songs I ever had a top 100 score on.
Feel you when you're not around.
Of course, it's real hard to get any higher with, you know, Nugs over here dominating.
We won't be
I really love those falling blocks for the movement in this one. You don't get that nice blue indicator of where the safe zone is. You have to kind of read it as it comes. But it's such a unique way to do it.
This lake of fire burns my skin. How could love wear so thin? I'm sinking in the hollow ground. Nothing can stop me wanting you somehow.
Nugs maintaining a fairly high accuracy on those ribbons and
I can feel you
maintaining the timing on those shots. Really doing a good job here. Really love those slick ribbons. They're so fun. Yes, there's another one of the held targets. Just because it's kind of tricky to grab the one on the wall as you're flying past, and it's very, very hard the first few times you play through this song. Yeah, the secrets can be rather tricky. Like that one?
Exactly. Not too bad of a run to end it on. I've got a total here. I could count it up for you guys, but it's gonna take me about 5 minutes because maths. So we'll just cut it there. I appreciate y'all having me on so much. It was really a blessing to be able to show this game off. I love it so fucking... Spark of shock. I love it so freaking dearly. Now I'm all sorts of disoriented. I love it so much, and I really encourage y'all to check it out. If it looked any sort of fun, if it sounded like jams, if it just intrigues you at all, if you're into rhythm games, I cannot recommend it enough. Of course, we have the donation incentive for giveaways, so I hope y'all get it. And that's all I really got to say. Once again, thank you so much. Glad I got to show this off. I'm glad I got some more eyes on one of my absolutely favorite rhythm games. And I'm glad I could do some runs. I'm just really overjoyed at being here. And thanks so much. Please don't stop giving for Extra Life, and let's get that stretch goal reached.
Yeah. Always good to see see some runs from you.
And thank you so much, Scoots and Chris, for joining me on this. Much appreciated.
Absolutely, that was a blast to watch. Game looks like it's so much fun.
It is.
Simply cannot recommend it enough, y'all. After this, we got Sorry Aarosaurus with the sound voltex. Be sure to stick around for the rest of the rhythm block. Dot phase after them. I'm just incredibly excited. You know I'll be sticking around. Rhythm game community, staying strong. And let's hear it. Let's keep those donations coming in. The hype for the rhythm games.
Hype.